11 Zepbound protein ideas to help you on your Zepbound weight loss. Hi friends, I'm Elizabeth, Countess of Shopping. I have been on Zepbound / Mounjaro for the last almost 16 months. And I've lost a whopping 85 pounds. My life is completely different now. I have switched from Mounjaro over to Zepbound because of the Mounjaro shortage. And on today's episode, I'm going to share, if you live where royal living meets your life, you have a very enriched schedule like I do, 11 protein ideas to help you on your Zepbound weight loss, help you achieve your goals, and help you feel fuller, longer, and help with appetite suppression. Or at least these do for me. Always check with your own healthcare provider. This is never medical advice. Let's dive in. Tip number 1, I have a totally free Zepbound meal plan for a week. I bought it for $500 from a dietitian who has her master's degree in nutrition, and I bought it so I would own the licensing rights to give it to you for free. And that is linked down in the description link below. It's got your shopping list on there. It's got recipes on there. It's all on countessofshopping.com, my website, totally for free. My gift to you to hopefully help encourage you, jumpstart you if you're having a Mounjaro weight stall or Zepbound weight stall to get it going. And it's got on there, the focus is daily 100 to 120 grams of protein per day. That was what was recommended for me. Obviously, talk with your own healthcare provider, but for me, that's worked really well. That's worked really, really well at keeping me full, helping with muscle mass loss that happens with weight loss. And I've got some other examples that we're going to talk about. So let's dive in. That was tip number 1. Tip number 2 is I have been buying in bulk. This is our dinner tonight. I've been buying in bulk meat, and then I pre-portion them and then freeze them and then take them out usually the night before. Today I forgot to the night before, and then I will thaw them in the refrigerator and then have that protein source to be our meal for the dinner that evening, my Mounjaro dinner or my Zepbound dinner. And so this happens to be a delicious ahi tuna. Looks kind of gross right now, but it's going to be amazing because I can use a great marinade on this for about an hour before I cook it. I'll put it in a marinade. It will be an Asian marinade of a little bit of sesame oil, some lemon juice, some chili flakes in there. I'm trying to remember, a little bit of tamari sauce. It's an easy recipe. And so doing things like that to make this, and that's tip number 2, buying in bulk. But tip number 3 is making this an easy lifestyle for you. If it's going to be complicated, do you think that you're going to do it long term and make it sustainable? No. At least I'll speak for myself. No, I will not. So doing hacks like this have been really helpful. Plus, I love ahi tuna. Like, I absolutely love it. It tastes amazing. I can buy it in bulk for a reasonable price or less of a crazy price. And it's been really simple, particularly with tip number 4, grilling season is right around the corner. I'm going to link right down here. You can shop over and get some new grills if you're needing a new grill like I am. I'm on the market for some grills. Here's a couple of options for you to grill food if you're looking for protein sources of where you can meal prep really, really easily and really, really quickly. Next, my favorite thing that I have been obsessed with recently is protein cookies. I am obsessed with Atkins protein cookies. They actually have their crunchy protein cookies. 6 cookies is 8 grams of protein. My personal favorite, I'm obsessed with a snickerdoodle, but they do also have chocolate chips as well. They're amazing. And I even have my little cookie jar to put my cookies in as well. They're super filling, but they also have a little bit of that sweet taste in them. I love them because they're crunchy. I want a crunchy cookie. I hate eating in front of you guys. Don't mind me just eating over here. They're so good. But 6 of these is 8 grams of protein. And it's got a little bit of that sweet in there. I got it on my lips now. I'm saving this for later. I'm eating you later. It's really delicious. And it's an easy way to get my protein in. And on the go, I like to put these in a little Ziploc baggie because I am that mom with snacks. Yes. The Duke's favorite, he likes the crunchy protein cookies from Atkins, the chocolate chips. I love them. They taste so good, and they're bite-sized too. Like, they're easy. And because I'm eating such small portions, these are delicious. They also go great with a cup of coffee. I was dunking them earlier in my coffee. Can you see my coffee? I was dunking them earlier. They're great for a little snack too. Because the Count and I, yes, we were having some protein cookies and some coffee. Yes, we were. Where are we? Tip number 5. Greek yogurt is where it's at, baby. Greek yogurt, I've got 3/4 of a cup of Greek yogurt is 18 grams of protein. That is crazy, which by the way, I will put those Atkins cookies on top of this too. Don't think that I won't. And you guys know I love to freeze. This is tip number 6. You can take this and freeze a little bit of your Greek yogurt and put some of these cookies mushed up on top of them to make like a ice cream bark, air quote bark. It's so good. But 3/4 of a cup, it's 90 calories. It has 18 grams of protein. Put a little bit of the protein cookies on top or just have it by itself. What I like to do is put a little bit of honey with it. Or the next tip, is it tip number 6, number 7? Chia seeds. These bad boys with chia seeds, it is so much protein. It is so filling. It's got fiber in that, particularly with Mounjaro and Zepbound and with GLP-1s. We're always worried about the gastrointestinal side effects. This is a great way to get protein in. For me, I like the texture of it, the texture of the chia seeds on the Greek yogurt. Marron, it tastes absolutely fantastic. Tip number 7 is I will also take just a little handful, like 1/8 of a cup, like just a few of these. I'll mash them up or I'll leave them like whole pecans and then put that on top of the Greek yogurt too. Sometimes I'll put the chia seeds, sometimes I'll put the pecans, sometimes I'll put both if I'm feeling footloose and fancy free. It's a great way to get protein in and I feel so full. It's super filling. And I think that's one of the biggest things with my free meal plan is that it has on there, if you need ideas, 100 to 120 grams per day is what I'm aiming for. That is filling. For me, I have appetite suppression so much when I'm eating that level of protein. When I have that protein focus, where I get into trouble of where I have night snacking, of where I'm eating, where I'm not eating enough protein is, and I eating at night is because I'm not eating enough protein. So my encouragement to you, check yourself before you wreck yourself with your protein. If you need to track it, great, track it. Sometimes I'll just text myself my protein numbers throughout the day to keep a running total. I do have apps that I use also, but I've recently just been texting myself because it's really simple to track and add all of these different levels of protein. Next protein that I have been kind of obsessed with is Tzikii. Tzikii. It's a cucumber dill with, it's Greek yogurt, but it's got in there the Tzikii, which is Greek. So it's got lemon, cucumber, dill. You can make your own, by the way. Like if you want to take this down, if you want to keep going down my Greek yogurt trail, you could make your own if you put your own dill in there, lemon, or like if you wanted to use lime if you didn't have lemon. Chop up some cucumber in there. I'm trying to think, a little bit of garlic. Make your own tzatziki. It's delicious and it's a great dip for crudité. So if you have carrots or celery or cucumber or like you want like a dipping action on there, tzatziki stuff, it's a really, to me, it's decadent. It tastes really good. It tastes like a good appetizer or a good snack or something good to have at lunch as an additional and then some with it. Let's go to our next. I'm going to start coughing. Oh, I love it so much. And you guys know I've been traveling so much with my job as an executive producer that I got sick on the airplane. So excuse my coughing. Chicken meatballs. These also came from the freezer, but we used these this morning for Duke's lunch. It looks bougetto right now, but I promise you it tastes amazing. My boy is going to come home and be like, Mom, that was a 5-star lunch. So they're chicken meatballs. So the chicken have less calories than the beef, but still great protein in there. They have made this company, you can find chicken meatballs anywhere. Ooh, they do kind of smell. Ew. But I like mixing these with a little bit of marinara sauce. And then if I'm feeling footloose and fancy free, I will add some ricotta. I'll put a little bit of ricotta on top to add protein. Now ricotta has, you could do cottage cheese. I know y'all are in my free Mounjaro and Zepbound encouragement group, which I'll link down below. Everyone talks about cottage cheese. So you could put cottage cheese in here, but I ran out of cottage cheese. There's a cottage cheese shortage near me. It's like all these shortages going on. I'm like, I can't get it. So this has in here 1/4 of a cup of ricotta. It's the whole milk ricotta. Is 100 calories and 4 grams of protein. Now, if I did cottage cheese with my meatballs, it would have been way more. Way more. And so having in there the fresh fruits, the vegetables, but I do live a life that is fast paced at times where I travel or where my kid plays sports and we're going to, like tonight, we're going to be going to a soccer game. So having things on hand, one of my absolute favorites is the Atkins protein chips. Like I'm obsessed. My little boy and I we almost wrestled. But in fact, we did rock, paper, scissors to see who got the last protein chips. I won. Mama won out. The ranch is my favorite. They have other flavors too, but we literally, it's so good. It's so good. It's if you like ranch style chips. You could also do that with a little bit of ground turkey or ground chicken or ground beef and make like tacos with them. I do like doing that too, but these have with the chips, how much protein? 13 grams of protein for 140. I put these in my kid's lunch. He really loves them as much as I do. We fight over them. They're so good. And they're protein. I mean, that's protein, right? Like 13 grams of protein. And so then I also have my next tip is these are the Atkins, it's the vanilla pecan crisp bar, which we love, but our absolute favorite one, which we ran out of, as I throw it across the studio, was the chocolate peanut butter. Obsessed. My husband ate all of them. The Duke did, or the Count did. I'm like, babe, like they're one of my favorite things. And they're so protein, like you can put them in your pocketbook. You can easily just take them with you. It's really, really simple. Next protein hack, cans of tuna or cans of chicken. Really, really simple. You can get the pouches. I find that the pouches of like tuna, the water always spills on me. Is it just me? Am I the only one? So I like actually having the cans because I can dump the water, like the tuna water out as opposed to it spilling everywhere, which is the bane of my existence because I'll get on my hands and my hand smell or my clothes. I love having just a little pack of tuna, and that is a power-packed punch of protein really simply, really easily, because yes, I'm gonna make my ahi tuna, or I'm gonna have some fresh mahi-mahi over a mango salsa. Yes, we are gonna take it to that bouge level. And so that's like my ideal like choice as I like flick fish everywhere in the studio here. But Royal Living meets real life, and I need fast, easy options sometimes, right? Like a protein shake on the go. Like put that protein shake. Now, when I do make my protein shakes, I do blend them with ice. I am very much, and so I ended up buying a little blender, which I'll link down in the description link below as well. One of these little blenders to mix up my protein shake too, because I had a bigger blender and I was tired of washing the big blender again. Where are your obstacles and your operational system for eating as cleanly as you want to be or as efficiently as you want to be? And for me, one of my big ones was my big old blender. It drove me nuts. I could not easily wash it. And so that's why I bought the smaller one, is because I want something that's quick, simple, I can wash it. And that one is actually dishwasher safe, which is why I bought it, because I detest washing things by hand. Am I the only one? Is it me or is it me? I just don't like washing them all by hand. Next, you can mix and match some of these things too, right? Like we talked about the Greek yogurt. We talked about the cottage cheese. You could do so much with the cottage cheese in there. You could blend that together. You could totally do that. You can also do, and we've talked about this in other videos. If you haven't seen, this is part 4 in my Mounjaro protein ideas and Zepbound protein ideas. So if you haven't seen those, make sure you do check those out in the description link or in the playlist down below. But protein ice cream, it's a great way, and I have a 7-day protein ice cream challenge. It's a great way to get in protein really, really easily that tastes delicious, that you love. Because the bottom line is you got to find stuff you love. If you don't love it, you're not going to keep doing it and it's not going to be sustainable. And that's one of the biggest things over my last 15, almost 16 months of being on Mounjaro and Zepbound is finding things I love to continue with it, because I won't continue with it if I don't love it. So finding things that you love, that are exciting for you, that you look forward to, because for me, my portions are so much smaller because of the GLP-1 medication. So by eating less, if I'm going to be eating a smaller portion, I want that portion to be dang good. I want it to be absolutely delicious. I want it to be absolutely amazing. Now, on day 1 and 2, typically on my meal plan, I am not having 100 to 120 grams of protein on those days. I'm just too full. So that's typically for me having the 100 to 120 grams of protein per day, typically on day 3, but usually for sure, day 4, 5, 6, and 7, then I do. But I ride with what my body tells me. If my body says I'm full, right? But one of the ways I stay full is through making sure I'm eating protein and being protein focused and nutrient dense food focused, like fruits and vegetables and things like that. But of course, I live an active lifestyle. And so having things that are on the go that also combined for this beautiful marriage of the two coming together is really, really helpful for me. So make sure you run and go ahead and get your Atkins. I'll link that down in the description link below too. Got some amazing, Atkins has been very generous with the Countess of Shopping community, so I have linked that down below for you as well. And tell me in the comments, we've got 2 things. We are action focused here at Countess of Shopping. So what are you doing today to move you closer to your goals? I'd like to hold you accountable. So there's your accountability. Tell me in the comments below. And number 2, we do a emoji here. It tells me that you've made it this far in the video. And one of 2 things: 1, it will help me to get to know you better because I care. And 2, I will pray over you. If you don't believe in prayer, I'll uplift you in positive thoughts. But today's emoji is going to be a cookie. So if you've made it this far in the video, put a cookie down, a cookie emoji, or you can type in cookie. I know some of you are, you know, on the treadmill or things like that. You can type out cookie, or if you're on your laptop or things like that. Today's emoji is cookie. Okay, sweet friends, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. I'm Countess of Shopping. Count my blessings because life is delicious. I'll see you next time. Make sure you click that like and subscribe button. Have a great day. Bye, friends.